Hello and welcome to the Singapore Cricket Show. I'm your host Shazad Haq. Well, another jam-packed edition for you. Plenty from the Singapore cricket scene as usual, and we hear from a former Indian cricketer. We'll tell you who a little bit later on. Let's start with the national team. They were involved in the 2011 Stan Nagiah Cup recently. This is an annual one-day tournament between Singapore and Malaysia, and this year it was played in Johor, Bahru. Singapore went into this edition as the defending champions. The first match saw Singapore win the toss and elect to bat. Singapore made 138 all out in 39.3 overs. Sadkan Janjua top scoring with 28, while Malaysia's Shukri Abdul Rahim took the tournament's first and only fifer. In reply, Malaysia got to 139 for 9 in 41.5 overs. Sohan Kumar's 39 not out made the difference for the hosts, Malaysia edging Singapore by 1 wicket. Game 2 was washed out because of rain, while Game 3 was shortened to 32 overs due to the wet conditions. Singapore once again won the toss and elected to bat. The visitors made 186 for 8. Sagar Kulkarni's 46 along with Sadkan Janjua's unbeaten 37 helped them put on a defendable target. Malaysia responded with a comfortable 190 for 5 in 30.4 overs. Shafiq Sharif with 46 and Hamadullah Khan, not far behind with 45, helped Malaysia to a 5-wicket win. The home side won the 17th Stan Nagiah Trophy 2-0. From the men's game to the women's. The Japanese ladies cricket team were in town recently to play against our national team. The tour was initiated by the Singapore Cricket Association in its efforts to promote and develop women's cricket right here in Singapore. Women's cricket in Singapore received a boost this year with the start of the first ever SCA Women's Cricket League in April. The Singapore women's team have been training regularly under the guidance of coach Mahesh Kumar every week and are keen to get the much needed international match exposure. The Japanese women's national cricket team tour of Singapore provided exactly that. Minister Hiroyuki Yamamoto, Deputy Chief of Mission from the Japanese Consulate in Singapore, graced the match played on Sunday 19 September. The Japanese team won the bronze medal in the 2010 Asian Games in Guangzhou, defeating host China, and they put on an equally strong showing in Singapore. This was the first of 2 games. Japan won the toss and opted to bat. Openers Mariko Yamamoto and Emma Kuriabashi got off to a great start, putting on an 86-run stand. Kuriabashi went on to make a smashing 126, leaving the Singapore bowlers helpless. Her innings took Japan to a whopping 245 for 2 in 30 overs. Singapore's reply got off to the worst possible start, losing openers Disha and Davina with just 17 on the board. Vicky fought back bravely with her 31, but Japan proved too strong as they won by a 161-run margin. Game 2 was just as devastating for our local girls. Japan's batting proved too strong once more. Shizuki Miyagi and Yuko Sato's 3rd wicket 58-run partnership took the game away from the hosts, as Japan posted an imposing target of 164 to win. Singapore's top order once again failed to cope with the Japanese seamers. They lost the top 3 bats for just 17 runs. Ole Rajesh got into double figures as Japan's bowlers ripped through Singapore's batting to get them all out for just 61, winning by 102 runs.
I think our girls did really well. I think that although we lost by a big total, I think we did give our best and we did what we were capable of and what we were set out to do. I think Japan is an incredible team and no one can say that they're a bad team, but I think that we can learn so much from them, like how they field, how they can stop every single ball that passed by them and how they just give their 100% in. We gave 100% as well, but I think that with more training and stuff, we can definitely do what they do. And I think that they've got so much strong mind, and that's why they just play with that.
We played really well on bowling and batting, both. Yeah, we just played our best. So yeah, that's very good.
Is this a good experience for your girls for the coming World Cup qualifying tournament?
Yes, so this is very good preparation because in Japan only artificial wicket, but here there's tough wicket. So yeah, it's very nice to us.
Well, as you know, women's cricket is in an embryonic stage. All the countries around the region are developing the game. There's not enough international and bilateral fixtures to develop women's cricket. So we had discussions with the Japanese Cricket Association and kill two birds with one stone. One is to develop the game, and two, to have the concept of friendship tours. So hopefully we will be able to reciprocate by them coming here, and at the same time we are developing each other's cricket in the field of women.
What does SCA and the ladies team in particular hope to get out of this trip?
Well, it's going to be experience. The Japanese team is one of the more improved teams amongst the women teams in Asia, and I think it's going to do us good playing them. And I think our competitive skills are going to be tested, and hopefully we will come out better for it.
Well, the big thing for us is playing in conditions that we're not used to. And that's what we're going to encounter in Bangladesh: humidity, playing on turf, which is quite low and slow compared to back home we play on synthetic tracks. The girls, took a few overs this morning to get used to it, but we're getting there now, and that's a big thing for us. We need to play in conditions now that we're going to encounter and what our opponents are encountering on a day-to-day basis.
Well, it's that time of the show again where we look at coaching tips with our resident coach Arjun. Arjun, what have you got in store for us today?
We've got the square cut today because I think that's a shot that most batsmen who play across all courts find it hard to play. So today I'm just going through some of the basic points that you want to consider when you're playing the shot.
Well, to me it's one of the most beautiful shots around if executed properly, and you're saying that's not always easy to do.
No, it's not, because the biggest mistake most batsmen make is not move the feet. So once you don't move the feet, you can't get to the ball. So if the ball's, especially when it's wide outside of stump.
Well, let's look at your beautiful assistant Ifti and show us what he's got to do.
All right, the three coaching points I tend to preach with my players is to, first of all, to get back and across. So if you're getting back and across, and if you just get back and across, it's important that you get across so they can address the ball, especially with the ball if the ball's pitched wide outside of stump. So by going back and across, you're actually getting to the ball. The second thing you want to do is to make sure that we don't, most times you see most square cuts are played and straight into Gully's hands, and that's because we're playing with the bat too low and getting under the ball. So you want to get over the ball. So for that to happen, you need to start the bat up nice and high. So starting the bat up maybe around ear level. And then the third point is to play high to low, to actually start the bat up high and hitting down low on the ball. So we'll go through the three coaching points again. First thing is to go back and across, bat up high, and hitting high to low. Yep.
Well, there you have it, one of the favourite shots in cricket, the square cut with Arjun Menon.